What's up, guys? Dave from betsum.com. I'm going to go over a few NBA daily fantasy plays and sports bets that I have for today, February 8th, 2017. Sorry for the absence after the NFL season, but we'll be back Monday through Friday doing NBA as well as other sports, daily fantasy and sports betting and all that good stuff. So check back daily for more content. Usually I'd start out with the odds, the totals, and the lines, we're seeing if there's any blowouts and high totals and possible overtime, stuff like that. Today, obviously, there's 12 games, so we're not going to pay too close of attention to this because it's just too spread out. But, obviously, you want to keep these in line or in mind when you're making your lineups in general. But we'll get started right now. At point guard, one of my value plays is Michael Carter-Williams. He may be somewhat popular, but since it's such a deep slate, I don't think that anyone's going to be too popular. He has had two great games in a row, over 10xing his salary in those games, while he's filling in for Butler, who's questionable again. They're also playing at Golden State, which means it may just be a blowout. And if that's the case, then I'm sure Wade will be sitting way before Michael Carter-Williams. So I look for him to have a pretty big game either way. At shooting guard, we're going to go with another value play with Buddy Hield, who we've been using on and off as Tyreke Evans is in and out. He plays pretty well when he's out, and he's been getting a lot more time than Langston Galloway, who's really just been bombing threes unsuccessfully and can't do much else. So I think he's a pretty good play tonight with Tyreke Evans being out. At small forward, I'm going to lean pretty heavily on Wiggins tonight. I think he's a pretty safe play. He's better cash play than GPP usually, but I'm going to take a shot at him tonight. He does have a pretty high ceiling, and he does have a very high usage rate, so I never mind leaning on him when I have to. He hasn't been playing too well lately, but he certainly has been putting up the shots to put him in contention for 50-point games, so I never think it's a bad play in a big field to lean on him a little bit. At power forward, another value play to look for is Larry Nance Jr. In general, I don't like picking Lakers because you really never know who Luke Walton is going to play if they haven't been hot. But when they are hot, he has been leaving them in, giving them time. Larry Nance has been hot, and I don't see any reason why that should stop tonight. So look for Luke Walton to keep riding the hot hand there with him and Lou Williams, who we'll get to in a second. At the center position, I'm going to go on Jokic. I think that he has had a pretty off last two games. One because he was still a little bit hobbled, and the second one because the game got a little bit out of hand at the end. But he has just come back from his injury, where right before that he was just putting up monsters. So his price is about $8,700. I think that's about $600-700 too low. And I think he could have a monster, and everyone's going to be off him because he has had two pretty bad games in a row. Another guard that I like that I just mentioned is Lou Williams. He's got a really tough OPRK, which I always like picking because it just means they'll be lower owned. But his price has still not been adjusted to his usage rate in Luke Walton's current offense. He's just putting up really nice games, constantly 6 to 7 Xing, and he has a big ceiling. He's had 52, 40, 43. And Luke Walton's been riding him and Nance in the past 5 to 10 games. And his price has stayed pretty consistent at $5,500, so I still think he's just an incredible deal. So I'm going to keep riding him as he's been playing pretty well for me. At the forward position, I'm going to go Zach Randolph a lot. I really like playing him in deep fields. I think he's got a super high ceiling at that $5,500. He could 9 or 10x that salary, and he's a beast, and he's also very consistent. And for my big spend tonight, one of them is going to be Giannis. He's got a 7 OPRK, so he should be on the much lower owned side compared to the other spends that you have. And his usage rate and ceiling are through the roof. And he's also playing on 4 days rest. So he's got a pretty good match, a better matchup than it seems, too, at home versus Miami. I'm probably going to stay away from the Cousins trap, where I think a lot of people are going to pick Tolliver and some other people that may get minutes because Cousins will be out. I'm not saying that that's a bad play at all. It's a good play, but I'm going to take a chance and fade that because I think that's the obvious spot, as he's the highest salaried player and he's out. I think everyone is going to be attacking that. So I'm going to take a chance and fade that. As for my NBA bets tonight, I like the Knicks to win convincingly at home versus the Clippers and cover a very shady 1.5-point spread versus a Clippers team that hasn't looked bad and a Knicks team that has looked awful. Join us tomorrow for more daily fantasy picks and sports bets, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and good luck today.